In this short video, I want to discuss what I mean when I say the phrase extrapolate a hypothetical paradigm from a particular case or a single instance. And by extrapolate, I mean to abstract, to draw out, to outline a sketch of. So if I give you the data of a certain event, if you can abstract it, generalize it to show, look, I know the specifics were this, this fellow had this name, this was the city it was in, this was the money involved, this was the crime, whatever. If you can generalize that to say, now, a person in a certain well-developed geographic place, when given a chance at personal resources, i.e. money, okay? So I'm not just using big words to use big words, but I'm trying to draw it generally, okay? So that would be the sort of paradigm, the pattern that you want to show. Now, if it's hypothetical, then you are admitting up front, I don't know for sure. This is a possible pattern here. It's a possible pattern. It's a possible chain of events that we can find happening in other places if we get rid of the detail and just look at the general things that happen in this chain of events. So when I give you a particular case, or when someone gives you a particular case, say, now look at this specific story, this news story, this thing that happened in Mississippi or whatever. Extrapolate a hypothetical paradigm. In other words, now from this case, can you just draw out the outline of a possible chain of events that might be in general applied to other places too? It's like a current pattern that would recur in other situations. For example, Hurricane Katrina, you had warnings, you had, then the actual crisis happens, then the government response, then the privatized security response, then the blame shifting, then the settling down for the long term, the profits that are made from that, and then the essential rebuilding. So if you look at the case that happened with New Orleans, you can say, now for New Orleans it happened this way. First this, then this, and this, and this. So here's the pattern for New Orleans. Now let's just say, hypothetically, this might be a pattern that can apply to other places in this situation. A natural crisis occurs. It's an old city. It needed to be, some people think some parts of it need to be rebuilt, redesigned. This is the chance. So then contracting bids are offered. There might be scandals involved because it's such a potential business boost. I mean, think of all the business there, the building business. So that would be a pattern you draw out of the particulars of Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans. And once you draw the pattern, you kind of, you're not necessarily just applying it to Hurricane Katrina now in New Orleans. You're trying to see if it applies in other areas too, or if it will apply. So it's hypothetical because you don't know for sure, but that would be the general drawing out of the pattern from one instance.